What is up, YouTube? Hannah Mandela here, and I am back with another video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. I am so grateful for all of the viewers and people who decide to watch my channel and my videos, so thank you so much. They've also progressed so much from my first videos, and they are going to continue getting better. So yeah, thank you very much for your support. And today's video is going to be all about how I've been able to double my income this month. And I'm super excited to talk about this because yeah, I just in July, I got rid of everything in my life and I moved down to Mexico without a job and without really a plan, but just knowing that I needed to make this work somehow. This as in, I guess, like a label is digital nomad journey, but honestly, I'm just somebody who's nomadic and living my life and just yeah, earning money and doing my thing, being happy, living with passion, thinking about things like what we should all be able to do and what we all, well, if you want, I mean, everyone has different goals or whatever. But if you're watching this video, you want to know about what I've done, so yeah, let's talk. Okay, so a couple things have happened that have made me realize that this video might be beneficial for you. Firstly, I've been able to figure out how to systematize my work so I can pump out more projects so I can, earn more money. And then also I've helped people get started on this journey and they have been asking me questions. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll answer those questions in this video for more people. And then also I've made some links about how this life choice as a digital nomad and how working and earning money is really similar to any system. So I've linked my digital nomad journey to my journey as a graduate student. So I'll dive into that first and make the link between how being a digital nomad is essentially the same as my grad student life. And my grad student life is just a step from my undergraduate student life. So yeah, I went to university, and as an undergrad student, just like how everybody else goes to undergrad and they get a degree, or not everybody, but people who, so many people, oh, I don't know what else to do, so I'm gonna go to university. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to teach, and then I ended up taking a degree in environmental geography, and then that took me into my math, and I loved it, so amazing. And I was able to do really well in that because I followed my heart and I took classes that I loved rather than classes that were gonna score me some office job. And then I did really well in that, and that's because I figured out how to succeed as a student. And that was actually the topic of my first ever YouTube video, and I can't believe I am linking this, but because I watched it before making this video and I was like, oh my god, I've changed so much. So if you want to see my 3-month transformation, make sure you click the link for that video. And then anyway, so I learned how to understand the system of undergraduate studies. So I did really well, and because of that I was able to earn scholarships and bursaries. And then I took that and I went into my master's studies, and in my master's it was a bit of an attempt to conform to what I thought I was supposed to be doing, and I took a master's degree that was in data science and geography, and I was like, yeah, this is valuable. Got a master's degree in it, and I got a job in that field. I had a corporate job in Toronto, and I hated it and I quit. But I was able to succeed in that, and I was also able to get entry scholarships and federal scholarships and grants and blah, blah, blah. I was able to do really well in that as well because I figured out how to, what was required of me. I figured out the system around it, and I fulfilled my role within that structure, and I did well. And now as a digital nomad, I'm kind of figuring it out as well. Yeah, so digital nomadism is essentially, I came down here and I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I got rid of a stable job that had lots of benefits, and I would have been set for life or whatever, and then I was just like, nah, I'm gonna figure it out. So with digital nomadism, it's just I like how I just ismed that. That's such a that's such a university thing to do. You're not able to succeed as a digital nomad unless you have structure and discipline. And I was able to identify this because two people who I care about very deeply just started on their digital nomad journey. And they asked me, they're like, well, is this your only job, like my writing job? And then they're like, how do you manage vacationing and like working? And I was kind of like, whoa. What I'm doing isn't a vacation. So many times people are like, oh yeah, you travel so much. And it's like, well, I guess I'm traveling in the sense that I'm in a different country, but by no means am I going out and like, I don't drink, I don't go out and party. I'm just living my life just somewhere else, and like somewhere else as in out of my backpack in an apartment somewhere else. And so I don't even think of my life as a vacation because I'm just doing what I'm that makes me happy. And that's what I did in Toronto as well as a grad student. I was so happy. And then when I got the job, I was like, I'm not happy anymore. And I thought it was gonna be easy having a corporate job because it's like, yeah, it's just another system. You just need to figure out your expectations. You just need to know the patterns of how that system works and you're gonna be good to go. But it was like mind numbing. It was like, I felt like I was in a cage. I remember like sitting at my desk, like working, and I would just cry. I would cry. I cried like every day. It sucked. I hated it so much. So vacationing is just like a band-aid solution or like a temporary escape from your life. And why would you want to live a life that you want to escape from? Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, why would your goal be to just have a vacation once or twice a year? Like, shouldn't every day feel great? So that's why I realized talking about discipline and structure and organization and being happy in those frames that you set up for yourself is a good thing. Because I know that there's systems behind everything in which we exist. So with university, I was able to get straight A's and have a really high grade point average because I understood the expectations of what I needed to do to succeed. And then now that I'm working, that I'm doubling my revenue for this coming month, is because I understood, it finally clicked that I'm like, oh, this is why I'm not working so efficiently, and this is why I'm annoyed with the work. It's because the work is convoluted with other things that are taking up my mind, like my mind space. And so now when I'm working, I'm just working. And this is always the key. Like you can't multitask. People who claim they're good at multitasking, it's a lie. Straight up lie. You can't focus on two things at once. It's impossible. So when I'm working, I'm just working. And I just work for like 7 hours and I just sit there and I just work. And then I have tea breaks. I like to drink tea. And I work while I'm fasted. And I work first thing in the morning. I wake up at like 5 a.m. every single day. And that's because that's what's making me tick right now. It's just, I understand the flow around it and stuff. And because of that, I have, when I'm done work at 2 p.m. every day, I have all this time to think and to just exist, which is so awesome because who doesn't just want to exist? And I'm always able to still remain productive, and I'm able to progress in a way that is aligned with me and my goals. Like, humans are creatures of habit, and I feel like so many people need vacations because they don't question those habits. They don't question the systems in which they exist. They don't question the systems in which bring them, in which they provide, the systems that provide money, and where their food comes from, where water comes from, who doesn't have food, who is being eaten. Like, okay, that's a vegan thing. like water who doesn't have water. Like being able to think about all these systems and stuff is powerful, because you're able to put your life into perspective and like integrate your choices with that knowledge. And there's a certain degree of tactfulness with that as well, because you still need to make sure that you take care of yourself, that you understand what makes you tick and how you can be productive in the best way possible for yourself, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to provide anything valuable of this into this world. Like you have so much potential and so much to share, and your knowledge, and if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not able to be that fullest potential. You're not able to have gratitude, and you deserve to feel grateful for this beautiful life that you're living. Like, oh my God. Anyway, so let's get a little bit more listy. So it's like, whoa, how do you not vacation while you're living in Mexico and like 5 minutes from the beach? I enjoy cooking, so I don't really need to eat out or anything. I like being alone, and the people who I do spend time with, I care about a lot, and I'm not about to just go out and be social to be social. Social interactions and connectivity is vital for human existence, but I'm not just gonna go and be social because it's what you're supposed to do. I'm gonna do it mindfully. You should just go out and do these things, but if you're not feeling connected inside, or if you're just like, nah, I got my other plans or whatever with myself, I got a date with myself, like, that's okay. Anyways, so remaining structured. I think that that's really important, to be able to like, and if you want to double your revenue or increase your, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Like I have like organization and knowing what you got to do to get that, to do what you want to do. You got to have daily routines, because what you do every day is what creates your life. So that's why I practice gratitude. Is that it makes life great. And this is why I follow like a very detailed schedule. Like, woo, I just had gotta fall out of my agenda. Yeah, and like mine is full. Like, and I color code it. Like I'm obsessed with color coding. And then I have like a notebook for like my business ideas and stuff. You cannot see that. That's a mandala, because I go by Hannah Mandala. So yeah, I bought a mandala notebook because, yeah. And then I have like a personal notebook that I write just personal things. And there's a blondie with a backpack. And I saw it and I'm like, hey, that's me. That'll be my personal notebook. So that was fun. And I just write notes to myself, or journal thoughts. And then I have a goal, like a goal notebook. And then the goal notebook is accompanied by the smaller notebook that goes in it. And this is like positive affirmation notebook. The main thing that I need to identify as how I'm able to double my income this month is because I left the corporate structure behind. I left behind the comforts of home. And I was like, you know, I don't want to trade in my time and my life in exchange to receive money that is going to be enough money to like pay my rent and like do some savings, and then just like continue doing that cycle. Like I felt like I was in a cage. I felt suffocated. And then when I wasn't in that cage, and when I quit my job and I quit all my part-time jobs that I had, I was just existing. And then I felt suffocated there as well, because it was a panic time in my life. I was having panic attacks all the time and social anxiety, because when people would ask me, what are you doing with your life? And when are you gonna get a job? It was just like, I'm just trying to exist right now. Like, just give me a chance. And when you listen to yourself, and when you decide that you don't want to feel that way anymore, life becomes your oyster. It becomes so beautiful because you're doing what makes you happy. And when you trust that you're doing what makes you happy, it's gonna be okay. everything is gonna work out okay. And like, you can see how I've progressed from my very first video that I've linked before. And you can see how much I've changed from that video to now. So it helped that I was in the sun, that I'm blonder and more tan, like I look different. And I also feel different. Like my energy right now is so different from what it was from my very first video. And that's because when you're taking these steps, when you understand the systems behind everything, and when you achieve what you need to achieve in those systems, and if you feel numb or unbearable with it, and you're just like, no, this isn't what life is. Or if you're like, this is what I want in my life right now, but I need it supplemented with something. I need to take on working out or doing a dance class or something. That is when following discipline and structure is easy. And because you're happy, you're able to hone in on exactly what you need to do you and to be you. And that's how you're gonna be able to like increase, like double your income, or finally be happy with the work that you do, or to be confident enough to know that you don't need to be scared to take risks. Like I was, like I posted, when I first watched my first ever video just before filming this, I watched it and I was laughing so hard because I was like, what the frick was I thinking? Why did I post that? And I was like, wait, Hannah, stop. That was a risk. And you did it, and you've rolled with it, and like my videos have transformed so much in this time, and they're gonna continue transforming. And that's great. I'm so proud of myself. And you deserve to be proud of yourself too. So when it comes to doubling your income, I'm not able to get your employer to pay, like double your pay. Like that's not gonna happen. But when you're able to live richly and to live with wealth and abundance for what you are and who you are, it's just, it makes everything easier. So, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you found this information valuable. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I come out with a new video every single Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I'll be coming at you from Mexico City. I'm so excited because I'm moving there on Thursday and it's gonna be great. And I come out with a new video every single Tuesday. You can hit me up on Instagram, email, here, whatever you like. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Like, thank you. I love you.